Good evening, friends. We are back again with one more session on Learn Polity through MCQ. This is the sixth part of the series. So, without any further delay, guys, let us start our talk. So, the first question is fundamental rights are incorporated in which part of the Constitution of India? So, guys, we all know that fundamental rights are enshrined in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. Part 2 is all about citizenship. Part 1 is Union and its territories, and Part 4 is about DPSP. So, moving towards the next question, guys, we have the fundamental rights are enumerated under which range of articles? It means that which articles talks about the fundamental rights. Is it 14 to 32? No. Is it 10 to 20? Is it 36 to 51? No, guys, it is 12 to 35. So, Article 12 to 35 talks about the fundamental rights. Okay, moving towards the next question, guys, we have the concept of fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution, primarily inspired by the Constitution of. So, guys, it is asking what is the source of fundamental rights in India. So, we all know that we have taken this provision from USA. To be specific, USA is a document known as Bill of Rights. Bill of Rights. Moving towards the next question, guys, we have here the fundamental rights in India are absolute in nature. So remember, guys, the fundamental rights are not absolute in nature. Without any limitations, no, guys, we can impose some limitations on them. Okay, these are justiciable, enforceable, yes, however, subjected to reasonable restrictions. Okay, so if your fundamental rights are being violated, you can reach to the Supreme Court or High Court. However, the fundamental rights can be restricted in several conditions, okay, based on the national interest. Okay, moving towards the next question, guys, we have the principal objective of incorporating fundamental right is to basically confer unrestricted authority on the state. No, guys, the fundamental right is actually a mechanism to safeguard individual liberties and prevent arbitrary state actions. So, guys, it is actually for the citizens, it is actually for the individuals, okay, so that the state is not taking any arbitrary action against the citizens or individuals of the state. Okay, moving towards the next question, guys, we have how many categories of fundamental rights are presently recognized in the Indian Constitution? So earlier it was 7, currently we have 6. Okay, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. So we have 6 categories of fundamental rights. Moving towards the next question, guys, we have which article defines the term state for the purpose of part 3. So, in all the articles of the fundamental rights, we will come across state shall do this, state shall do that, state shall not prohibit, like this, we will come across. However, the definition of the state is mentioned under Article 12 of the Indian Constitution. The definition of the state has been mentioned under Article 12 of the Indian Constitution. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have which one of the following is included within the definition of the state? Is it the union and state government only? No. It is the parliament, state legislature, and the local bodies only? No, guys. It is the government, the central government or the parliament of India, the government and the legislature of each state, local authorities, and any other authorities that are under the government control, be it district administration, be it the constitutional, non-constitutional bodies, etc. So the correct option will be option C. Okay, that is the actual definition of the state. So when we say state, all these organs will be under that definition of the state. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have which one of the following is not included within the meaning of the state under Article 12? So, guys, we all have just discussed the same. The parliament, the state legislature, however, private companies are not included. Local authorities are also defined under the definition of the state. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have here which article declares that laws inconsistent with fundamental rights shall be void. So, guys, this has been mentioned under Article 13. that also empowers the judicial review. Okay, judicial review is the mechanism through which law inconsistent with fundamental rights will be reviewed by the judiciary, and if found such, they will be declared null and void by the judiciary. Moving towards the next question, guys. Moving towards the next question. The constitutional basis of judicial review. So, guys, the judicial review, the constitutional basis of judicial review, we find it in Article 13. Okay, that is basically declaring null and void to those laws who are inconsistent with the fundamental rights or derogatory. Okay, moving towards the next question. The right to equality is guaranteed under which set of articles? So remember, guys, right to equality is guaranteed under 14 to 18. 19 to 30, right to freedom. 23 to 24, we have what? Right against exploitation. 29 and 30, cultural and educational rights. Moving towards the next question, guys, we have equality before law and equal protection of law are provided under. So, guys, it is being provided under Article 14 of the Indian Constitution. Equality before law and equal protection of law, it has been mentioned under Article 14 of the Indian Constitution. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have here prohibition of discrimination on certain grounds is contained in which article? So, guys, the prohibition of discrimination on certain grounds has been mentioned under Article 15 of the Indian Constitution. So, it is Article 15. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have abolition of untouchability is provided under which article? So, guys, abolition of untouchability is a fundamental right. It has been mentioned under Article 17 that prohibits practice of any sort of untouchability is strictly avoided, strictly prohibited. Okay, moving towards the next slide, guys, we have the right to freedom is covered under the articles. So, guys, we all know that 14 to 18, right to equality. 19 to 22, we have the right to freedom. So, the correct option will be option B. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have here the protection in respect of conviction for offenses is guaranteed under. So, guys, this has been mentioned under Article 20 that talks about no ex post facto law, no double jeopardy, and no self-incrimination. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have Article 21 of the Indian Constitution guarantees protections against arrest, no. Freedom of speech and expression, no. Right to life and personal liberty, yes. Okay, right against exploitation, no. So the correct option will be option C. Right to life and personal liberty. This has been mentioned under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have protection against arbitrary arrest and detention is provided under. So, guys, we all know this is provided under Article 22. Okay, Article 22. So, moving towards the next question, we have here, guys, the correct option will be option C. Moving towards the last question of the day, we have the right against exploitation contained in. So, guys, I've told you just a few minutes back that it has been mentioned under Article 23 and 24. Okay, Article 23 and 24 talks about right against exploitation. So, guys, this was the sixth part of Learn Polity through MCQ. We will be coming up with more such sessions. Till then, stay connected with Edufy.